All right, guys, top of the morning. Happy May 27th, coming to you alive, coming to you well, coming to you rested on 5 hours of sleep. But in our world, that is a win because if you have a newborn or if you've had a newborn in the past, you know that that first couple months, sleep is very, very intermittent. And so we have figured out some type of rhythm, but I'll tell you what, it's tiring. This guy wants to sleep all day long. Okay, and you're like, ooh, 3 hours, 4 hours. But at nighttime, he's ready to party. He's ready to party. And he makes all these weird sounds. And you worry about him. You're like, is he breathing okay? And so any little sound wakes you up. But then we take him to the doctor because, oh, what's that sound? They're like, oh, that's just his nasal. And he's fine. And so it's like every little thing worries you. So shout out to my wife. She was with him double duty last night, but I'll be home in just a couple hours. And so I'm feeling good this morning. But per usual, before we bring our guest out on the field, we're going to have you guys kind of set the tone and share with us your energy. But before I go any further, you guys, I want to encourage you, be in this moment. Be present, put your cameras on. I do not care what your hair looks like, what your eyelashes look like, what your makeup looks like, what's going on in the background. You got a messy bun, a nice bun, half a bun. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Be here, be present, be in this moment. I want to see you guys. And I want to also create a space for our guests to be able to see your guys' amazing faces, your reactions, your responses, your hand raises, not just a bunch of black screens. So if you guys can't do it for me, at least do it for Lindsay, but do it for yourself, you guys. So per usual, I have someone take us out on the field, set the tone, set the sentiment, share their energy as if we're coming out of the tunnel onto the field for game day. And that person's going to be Miss Christina. And Christina, looks like you and I are running a keynote session together tomorrow. I just got the news yesterday, which I love that you are the person that is going to do that. And I can't wait to riff with you and have some fun. But we'll talk more about that later. I'm going to have you bring us out on the field.
All right, good morning, everyone. I'm so excited for today. Like Elias said, we start our mornings off on a positive note, motivated. I started my morning at 5 o'clock at the gym because I start off with something hard. Because if I start off in something hard and challenging myself, I know I'm going to procrastinate less throughout the day. So I'm so excited, Lindsay, to hear what you have to share with us, help us grow. It is hump day, so you guys all made it here. So I can't wait to hear all about it.
Beautiful. And if you guys are in the Lodi or Central Valley area, Lodi Association of Realtors is going to have an amazing presentation tomorrow, hosted by myself as well as Christina. And I think Marcelino will be there as well. But we're going to dive into that community and provide our thoughts, our insight on the market and some really, really cool things. So stoked about tomorrow. While we are here, you guys, let's talk about the power of relationships. Obviously, as we've grown in this business and as you've grown in this business, there's probably somebody that as you look back in your journey, it doesn't matter how long you've been in real estate, who's the person that you have built a really, really solid relationship with since you joined real estate. And I just want you to drop that person's name down in the chat. Brianna, feel free not to drop your name. We already know who that other half is. Okay. But if you guys can, put a name of somebody that you just feel like you've created a bond with, a connection with, that if you both moved away from real estate for whatever reason, like you would probably still do dinners with this person. You would hang out with this person. This person probably calls your kids their nieces and their nephews. And this person is probably called uncle or auntie. Put that person's name down in the chat below because I think that it's really, really powerful that you look at the relationships that you've built in this business and say, you know what? It's not about profit. This is about relationships. The relationships that we have interpersonally with all the people that are around us, and then the relationships that we build with our consumers. This is not a transaction. This is something that I'm building for the rest of my life. These are people that I want to hang out with, do vacation with, invite into my home, sit out at the fire pit and just talk about life and play the harmonica. Like those are the types of relationships that I want to build. And so I really have focused over the last 7 years of building lasting relationships, something that I can feel, something that the other person can feel, something that I invest time, effort, and energy into. And you guys know that's what makes a really good relationship. You know that is reciprocated energy. And so I wanted to bring someone on that I've built that style of relationship with, as well as many of you on this screen. And I've said this time and time again, I don't know when it happened, but I'm so grateful that it has happened. I'm grateful to have Lindsay in my space. She's not only an amazing leader and a coach and a trainer and all things for her team and her organization, but she's just an amazing human. And over the years, we have bonded and we've formed this friendship that will stand the test of time. All right. And so I'm looking forward to next year, her and the family coming out. We're going to do Yosemite, we're going to do Tahoe, but I'm just really stoked to have you here, Lindsay. And literally, you guys, I don't care what Lindsay talks about because I know whatever she provides for you guys, whatever comes out of her mouth, it's going to be something of value because she and her and I have a very similar thought process. What can we do to impact the humans that are in our environment at the highest level? And so I know no matter what, she's going to provide you guys with value. But we did speak about a little bit about what she'll cover today. And we're going to talk about listings. And listen, if you were on the call last week, you were not off the hook. When we talked about your guys' buyer flow and sharing with me what you do to create your your tour, that's still going to happen, but that will happen on Friday. So today we're going to run an audible. And I'm going to introduce to everybody that does not know Lindsay. This is Lindsay Stevens. She runs the Stevens Real Estate Group out of the Hudson Valley in upstate New York, one of the most beautiful places on the East Coast. And so, Lindsay, I'm going to turn the mic over to you, my friend. I'm beyond grateful. I'm stoked. I just appreciate our friendship. And I'm going to turn the mic over to you, my friend, and do what you will. I'm going to give you share screen rights, and let's have you take over. So, my friends, give us a warm welcome for our friend Lindsay Stevens. So let's go.
I'm super excited to be here. Of course, I told Elias some of you weren't on. My computer crashed. So I'm on someone else's computer and I'm going to do my best because their shit's set up totally different than mine, but we're going to crush it anyway. So I'm going to reiterate the fact that we are talking about listings. And I tell my team and I tell everybody I coach, would you go to a listing appointment with a bag over your head? And the answer is 100% never. So that is going to be my cue to you to please turn your camera on because right now you have a bag over your head and I can't see your face. And we're going to play all out today. And I'm going to ask you to read affirmations with me and shoot a video of yourself and send it to an inbox so I could Venmo you $50 today. This is all about just being present with each other, locking in, taking action. Action is the economy. Elias is your leader. You understand, right, that no matter the market, no matter what's happening, no matter what interest rates are doing, the shit is on fire. The world is on fire. Action is the economy. You are in control of your business every single day, right? The only thing we can control is what we do to maximize opportunities in our life and our business every single day. I love listings. Well, first of all, I love agents. I think we are in the best industry ever. I love real estate people. I love the real estate industry. It has given me amazing opportunities like my friendship with Elias and all of you guys. And I also think what other business can we build our life around our job, create financial freedom, build our own schedules, work as much as we want, and have unlimited earning potential. So I just think we're blessed to change lives and impact lives and move people through very emotionally charged decisions, and good, bad, or indifferent. So I just wanted to kick that off with you guys. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to kind of rapid fire through a presentation that I've done many times just on listings. But I want to go back to what Elias started with, and that's the power of relationships. And I will talk about this more as I get into kind of our listing strategy and the way I list and how I've built a business. I think in the world of AI, and I love AI and I love automation and I love technology, but I think the more you can lean into being your true authentic self and buckle down on deep, meaningful relationships, you will stand out right now above everybody else. This is a relationship business more than ever. If you got licensed during COVID, you're going to be woken up right now because we're entering into a market that is real, that requires nurturing people, requires building deep, meaningful connections, and requires staying in front of the consumer. The market is getting competitive, especially on the listing side. But it is not a market where we're taking orders, opening doors, writing offers, and winning, 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 winning. In my market, you're getting kicked in the teeth over and over and over and over again. And we have to go back to loving on people, listening to people. God gave us two ears and one mouth for a reason because we're supposed to listen more than we talk. Listen to their motivation. Understand what people want. Be the solution to the problem. Stop focusing on your paycheck and focus on how can we be the solution to the problem and create the pathway for them to the freedom, the goals, getting out of financial turmoil, tragic situations. How can we listen and be the solution? I often say I love real estate people, but y'all are the problem. You're standing in the way. You're creating roadblocks. You're coming up with preconceived notions about what they want, who they are, what their motivation is. Oh, they're a time waster and they're not ready. Oh, they're not pre-approved. They don't have money. Stop it. Be the solution. If they're not ready, figure out a way to get them ready. If their credit needs to be repaired, put them with a credit doctor. If they're not pre-approved, get them to your lender that you know can get them pre-approved. Be the solution. Understand what people want, set tasks, love on them forever, right? Follow back, follow through forever, ever, and always. Okay. I don't know. My problem is I go off on tangents and then I'm like, wait, what are we doing here today? Are we
Hey,
just gonna talk
listen,
about it?
the tangent is where that meat is. I love the tangents, my friend. So continue on.
Tell 10 people today I love you. Literally, I'm just calling you to tell you that I love you. That's it. I'm here for you. I support you. I want you to know I'm your person. No matter if you buy with me or not, I'm your person. I've built a business on being people's like ride or die girl. I got you. No matter what it is, I got you. And if it's not today or if not ever, that's cool because I believe every person comes into my life for a reason and every person is there to teach me a lesson. So all of you are on this screen because I don't know. We're meant to be in each other's life, and you're going to teach me something I didn't know today, and I'm going to hopefully teach you something I didn't know. And if there's no incentive for me monetarily, I don't give a shit. I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm attached to the impact I can make and the impact people can make on my life. So if you stop focusing on your paychecks, which I know is really, really, really hard to do, but it was a lesson I learned very early on, like detach from that and attach to just making an impact, making a difference, being the solution, and identifying who's ready now and how can I move people through the pipeline as fast as humanly possible. Fast as humanly possible. All right, let's get into listings, Coach Elias. My screen share is not on, but we're going to put it on. And if you have questions, I don't know, just unmute, shout out. I'm here to just be here. That's
Or,
it.
or just use the reaction button down below and raise your hand. But oh, there you go. You're on. And then really,
Okay.
Lindsay, I
Yep.
do have to ask you, are you a Knicks fan?
Yeah, of course. I'm a New Yorker girl.
Okay, hey, listen, I'm just very, very excited. I went to Madison Square Garden last year and watched the Knicks play. I've never felt energy like that, and I can only imagine how exciting the city is and the state is right now. But anyways, back to you, my friend.
27 years since the Knicks have been in the playoffs.
Let's
So
go.
it's a
Let's
big
go.
deal. And New Yorkers, like we're pretty hardcore. So it's going to be epic. All right, guys, I want to talk about winning the listing, owning the market. Always say listings are leverage. Listings should be maximized to create at least 3 to 5 other opportunities if done properly, right? We always say agents do the 3 Ps. Put the sign out, put it in the MLS and pray. I want you guys to create, and I'm sure you have, but if you don't, create a repeatable listing process that you do not divert from. Skipping steps only presents the illusion of speed. What does that mean? The more you skip steps, the faster you think you're going, but you're actually not. Follow a process. I don't care what the process is, just follow a process. Document it, simplify it, automate it, whatever it is, it's your process. So here's a question I've been asking agents recently. Put it in the chat. Are you interested in real estate? Are you committed to real estate? Or are you obsessed? Are you interested in real estate? Are you committed to real estate? Or are you obsessed? Because I will tell you right now, in my market and every market I know across the country, if you are interested in real estate, you should exit left pretty immediately. I don't think the market we're entering, and I don't mean this to scare anybody, I do not believe the market we're entering in is one for the interested. I think at the very least, you must be committed to this business. And not everybody's going to be obsessed, like I'm obsessed. We know Coach Elias is obsessed. Are you obsessed? Are you interested, committed, or are you obsessed? And the one thing I always is in the back of my head is what Elias taught me. How would I know? How would I know? My name's Lindsay Stevens. Like Elias said, I do run the number one team in the state of New York, which I think is like bullshit because it doesn't really matter. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I'm an endurance athlete. I love adventure. I live in the mountains. I love to do stupid things and hard things and push myself beyond what I believe I'm capable of. I love mindset. I love professional development and personal development. I love accountability. I love real estate people, and I am obsessed. Like I'm just obsessed. I'm obsessed with real estate agents, leveling people up. One of our core values is we raise the bar and then we raise it again. Like, and you just continue to level yourself up in this business because that's what we're supposed to do. We had this conversation yesterday and I'm like, why are we this way? Because I think when you hit a threshold, I think you continue to push because what are we actually capable of as human beings? Like, how much more can we do in life and in business? So we just continue to raise the bar. And one thing about me is I play to win. I love to win. I play to win. If you're in my world, you also play to win. If you're a client that works with us, you also play to win. Like, we play to win. Do you play to win? Do you walk into every listing opportunity like feet planted in the earth, shoulders back? Are you confident? Are you there to win? I don't walk into a listing appointment being like, I'm here to interview. I'm here to motherfucking win the listing and walk out with a signed contract. Are we allowed to curse on this? I play to win, but winning to me doesn't mean taking the listing. It means, yeah. Okay. So one thing I do in a group setting, which I don't think I'm going to do here, there's affirmations that in our organization and in auditoriums of people, I've had people read out loud with me. But I want you to get in the mindset of, I always believe, ask, believe, receive, manifest, the power of what you want, articulating it. The words you speak matter. The words you speak matter. I play to win. I show up to win. I know I'm the best choice. Like, you just have to be consciously aware of what you're saying to yourself. I am powerful, grounded, fully capable of leading at the highest level. I am the best choice to guide my clients with clarity, confidence, and integrity. I walk into every listing appointment knowing I bring unmatched value, expertise, and presence. The more I help other people win, the more my life expands in every direction. I walk into every listing appointment knowing I bring unmatched value, expertise, presence, important. Everything I give, actually, I'm going to go off screen share for a second. And I am going to ask you guys to unmute because I believe this is the most, so unmute your mic. Unmute your mics.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, this could be disaster. Okay, ready? Repeat after me. Everything I give.
Everything I give.
I give.
Comes back to me multiplied.
Comes back to me multiplied.
In my life and in my business.
In my life and in my business.
Everything I give.
Everything I give.
Everything I give.
Comes back to me multiplied.
Comes back to me multiplied.
In my life and in my business.
In my life
and
in my business.
I do.
The more you give, the more you show up, the more you create solutions for problems, it will come back to you multiplied. Everything I give comes back to me multiplied in my life and in my business. Every at bat you go on will come back to you multiplied. Every waste of time will come back to you multiplied. Every lost deal will come back to you multiplied. In my life, if I lost a deal, I would create two more. If I lost two deals, I would create four. Everything I give comes back to me multiplied in my life and in my business. Get in the habit of creating affirmations that you're going to tell yourself in the morning. You're going to sit in the car. You're going to recite these to yourself before you walk in to meet clients face to face, and know that energy transfers. And what you give to the world will come back to you multiplied. So audit yourself. How am I showing up? How am I acting? How is my energy? Am I interested, committed, or am I obsessed? Everything I give comes back to me multiplied. So the 6 stages of our listing process, I'm going to breeze through. Elias, I'll send you the slides. I'll also send you the assets. It goes into like our high note, the seller counseling interview. This is, again, like our team's process. So I want you to think about what you do. California is different than New York, but I want you to really get intentional about what the process is. And then when you think about it, and every time that a seller calls you or a buyer, but we're talking about listings today, you think about what I said. Skipping steps only presents the illusion of speed. First step in our team is the seller intake. So it is basically a buyer consultation on the listing side. What I want to understand at a very deep level is what is the problem and how can I be the solution? What is the motivation and how can I get to the table, the dining room table, and unpack the motivation to get people to make decisions? So I share these 3 photos at the bottom of the screen because I want to talk about the seller counseling interview. In our team, we say pre-qualify 100% of the people 100% of the time. Don't just show up at their front door. Understand before you get there what they're looking to accomplish, why, and how can we create the solution. I went to this listing appointment. It was probably about 4 years ago. I understood a little bit about what they were trying to accomplish in their transaction. When I got to the front door, we talked through what their motivation was. They were moving to Hilton Head Island in South Carolina, and I knew a little bit about their scenario. We walked up the steps of their house, beautiful colonial house. It was very, very like cold. The feeling and energy in the house was like just cold. And we got to a bedroom door that was closed. And I knew because of the seller counseling interview, they had lost their 5-year-old daughter to cancer. And so we stood at the landing of this second story where all the bedrooms were, relationships, deep personal relationships being the solution to problems. This bedroom door has never been opened since their daughter died. Literally. The day she died, they shut the door and never opened it again. So I looked them in the eyes, be the solution to the problem. We're going to open the door together and we're going to let the light in. And that's something I've said to people over and over and over again in my life and in my business. We are going to let the light in. We opened the door together, medical syringes on the floors, bedroom clothes everywhere. 5 years had passed since their daughter died. Never had opened the door. The blinds were shut. Pull the blinds open, let the light in. This has nothing to do with real estate, literally. I'm going to hold your hand. I'm going to look you in the eyes. I'm going to literally have your fucking back until we get to that closing table. And I'm going to set you free because they had the most gorgeous sunsets facing the mountain, which Elias has been to. It didn't matter because that house was filled with sadness and loss and death, and getting them out of there freed them. So I want to focus again on personal relationships. Let the light in, be the solution. So when we were standing on this, we got the house ready. We moved them through the process. This is their front porch. That was Haley's bedroom that together we cleaned up, picked up. And the mother, because we let her free, we're going to free you, wrote a book about her daughter, Haley, and sent me a copy and said, because of you, be the solution. But back to the pre-qualification process. I knew when I got there what was the problem, what was the motivation, and how can I be the solution. And in this document too, it gets into like, not every situation is this heavy, right? But the majority of situations, and maybe it's because I'm a deep like feeling person, I find most listings are deeply charged. Like they're either even if it's good, bad, or indifferent, it is really sad to leave a home. There's a lot of memories in the most beautiful situations. It's still heavy to leave people and leave memories and leave a home you love. But then there's death, divorce, financial heartaches. There's all sorts of other problems there. But it goes into, I just feel like I hate screen share. It goes into what do they believe the home is worth? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the home? Are there any improvements that you've made? What would you wish you could do different? And the last page of this, blah, 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 it's like a buyer consultation for sellers is, are you interviewing other agents? Yes, excellent. I think you should interview other agents. I've always been a fan of sellers interviewing multiple people because again, I believe I'm the best choice. Elias, can you make me a promise? I think it's excellent you're interviewing other agents, but can you make me a promise? Elias? Yes, excellent. Elias, we on our team, we like to go last. Okay, so if you're interviewing other people, I respect that. I appreciate that. We like to go last. That way you can see what everybody else is going to do, and then we can come in and present to you. So can you keep me that promise that you'll allow us to go last?
Yes.
Excellent. And can you make one more promise to me, Elias, that you will not sign anything until you have an opportunity to hear what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, how we're going to maximize the value, and how I know we're the best choice for your family to make. Just don't sign anything until we have an opportunity to sit down together Friday at 12 o'clock. Keep that promise to me, Elias. Amazing.
Sure.
When people make promises to you, it's hard for them to back out of that promise. And we've just always liked to go last. We could argue it, oh, I like to go first. We like to go last. It's been effective in our approach. Right now we're carrying 120 listings. So it's something that we practice and we preach, and we like to go last. A good friend of mine, Veronica Figueroa, once told me, you don't have to be better, but you better be different. So in a very saturated market, especially like California and New York, there's a lot of competition. You better be different. Systemize the process. Send the freaking video. Elias, is your team like really good at sending video?
I would say they're really good at video. We need to get better at sending video. Meaning part of the process, when we book an appointment, the very next thing that needs to happen is we send a video saying hello, introducing ourselves. So we're great at making video. We need to get better at inserting videos within our current processes.
You don't have to be better, but you better be different. So let me tell you, if you send a video, you are going to be different. You're going to be the only agent that does a pre-seller counseling interview, sends a video, sends a high note, shows up early, does your affirmations, walks in prepared, ready to go. I understand you're trying to get to Florida to be closer to your grandkids. I want to show you the pathway that I know to get you to that result as fast as humanly possible with the best terms, best price, and the best marketing strategy that we have found is effective to sell X number of homes over the last 12 months in a very, tight inventory market. Whatever your shtick is, you don't have to be better, but you better be different. Send the freaking video. So I'm going to send this to you later, Elias. I want to give one of you $50. I want you guys to send a video. Practice sending a video, but send it to my inbox, and whoever sends the video, we're going to pick a random winner, and we're going to throw you 50 bones for just taking action, because action is the freaking economy. So the more action you put out there, the more money you'll make. And I want to give you $50. I don't care what the video says. Hi, Elias, it's Lindsay Stevens. I just wanted to put a face to a name. Just wanted to tell you I'm so excited to meet you on Friday at 12 o'clock. As promised, below is a link to my listing landing page. It'll share more about what we do, how we do it, some testimonials, sample of our marketing, photography, video, and all the things that I know are going to be effective in the strategy that we discuss on Friday. Send. Don't watch it. Just send it. Yes, you sound like that. Yes, you look like that. Yes, I'm a raspy girl from New York, and it's just God made me this way, and he made you that way too. So send the damn video. Don't worry about your hair, your makeup. I don't like my outfit. Just send the freaking video. What does Chef Black say? My shitty video will outperform your non-existent video any day of the week. I'll drop this phone number, but that's directly to the inbox, and I will literally pick a winner, and I'm going to send you $50 just for being here and taking action today. So write the number down, and I'll text it to Elias too after this. We do high note like you guys do. Every single seller gets a high note. They get a video from us, a link to our listing landing page. Happy to share this with you guys too, but it just goes into what we do, how we do it, testimonials, all the things I said. We automate the process. So every deal, every appointment, every stage gets an automation of what to expect next. That's built into our follow-up boss. You guys also too can automate this process yourself. This took me one day of shooting every video on the buy side and list side. And it's just one of those things like you do it once and you don't ever have to do it again. People have questions about like, hey, what happens after this? Send the video, right? And just automate the process. Anything you do like repeatably in your business, automate it. Everybody gets a sample, same templated email with the link to the landing page, which I'll share. And then again, back to mindset. Get your mind right. Get in the zone to win. I am a New York girl. I love 90s hip hop. I love Eminem. I love Biggie. I love Tupac. Like I'm in the car and I'm literally blasting music, bopping my head, getting my energy right. And you're walking in, right? Energy transfers. Early is on time is late. Y'all have heard that a million times in your business. Review the comps when you get there. Go over the answers from the seller counseling interview. What is their motivation? What do they believe the home is worth on a scale of 1 to 10? What did they tell you? What's important to them? Based on your conversation with them, are they a D? Are they a C? Are they an S? Like, how should you communicate with them based on their personality type? High Ds are focused on money, right? They're analytical. They want data. Whereas other personality profiles want to feel things and experience things. Practice your scripts. If you guys aren't practicing this process, like don't practice on your paychecks. Do your affirmation, visualize, picture getting the listing, get yourself in the mindset. And like, again, we play to win. We play to win. We play to win. You don't have to be better, but you better be different. We do a listing rollout. We go coming soon on a Monday. We don't let anybody in until Friday, but every day of the week, we're doing a coming soon reel, a photo day, carousel drop, agent preview leading up to the launch of our listing, which we do back to back Saturday and Sunday mega open houses. This has been very effective in our market. I know coming soons are different in every market. You guys have your own strategy. Do that. Whatever it is, follow. Skipping steps only presents the illusion of speed, but make sure you're actually rolling things out effectively. Agents believe open houses are ineffective, but open houses are ineffective because agents are ineffective at marketing open houses. And we're shoving open houses in on a Friday because we're trying to keep a seller happy for Sunday. You have to plan these things out, launch listings as is a movie premiere, roll out a red carpet, do whatever you need to do, but make sure the strategy is effective in rolling it out. Communication is the lifeline in real estate. Every Monday in our team, our sellers are getting a listing update. What is happening? If nothing's happening, that's an update too. I feel like we're losing, back to relationships, the ability to communicate with people. Pick up the phone and call your clients. Send a video. I find sending a video like, hey, Elias, just wanted to let you know it's Monday. Here's my weekly check-in. There was 5 showings this week. Here's what the feedback's been. Of those 5, we're expecting 2 offers. Whatever it is, just give the update and communicate, right? In the absence of clear communication, what do you say, Elias? Stories are formed. So follow up with people every Monday. That's our day. I don't care if it's Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. In our world, closing isn't the end. It's the beginning. As soon as you close with somebody, they're in your world forever. I tell people, you are stuck with me. You're my family now. I love you forever, ever, and always, and actually mean it. We also love to send like lavender roll-ons and teas. And, oh, Elias, we learned that from you. We are indeed that from you. Just creating an experience of what it feels like to work with you. We use Client Giant. It's $99 a year. It's $25 a quarter. We love it. There's other more cost-effective ways you can gift to clients, but I find that it becomes cumbersome and gifts don't actually go out. So Client Giant's been effective for us. The last thing I will share with you, I think it's the last thing. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. They will never forget you letting the light in. They will never forget you being a solution. They will never forget you remembering things that they told you. And we can't remember everything, especially as you're scaling. So use your notes in your CRM, write things down, voice text yourself, set reminders. This is an experience business. It's a relationship business. Love on people forever, ever, ever, and always. Nurture them, touch them. Well, every time I say touch people, nurture your people, love on your database. Don't forget about people. Ask for referrals. Be authentically who you are, and audit yourself. Audit yourself. Follow me on social, share some content, send me the damn video, and create a listing experience that there would be no other choice but to use you and be the
Yeah,
solution.
Lindsay, I've obviously heard a lot of keynotes and we've shared many stages together, but this just lands on a deeper level because I feel like for a lot of us, this is where we miss. I think for a lot of us, we play a cerebral game, and the cerebral game is me thinking about everything, and I need to know everything, and oh my God, and this has to be perfect, and this, and like we overthink, and then we're not truly focused on, well, how can I just make this a truly connected experience? How can I make the people feel warm? How can I let the light in? How can I really listen actively and make sure that I'm not responding just to respond? I'm responding because I truly have some feedback on what they just said. Like really getting back to the human element in this world of AI that we live in, like leaning back into this human side. I think that this is a missed opportunity for a lot of us, right? We get lost in the numbers, lost in the data, lost in the presentation of material facts, when at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you haven't connected. It doesn't matter, right? You could have the best listing presentation on earth versus the next person that came in that connected at the highest level. Maybe their marketing material wasn't as good and it wasn't as sexy, but they just made the consumers feel so special. Like there was something about that person. There was something about the person that made them go with you, right? Because you're going to be in competition. Consumers are going to interview different people, buyers and sellers. But there was just something about Mama San that stood out. It was her energy. It's the way that she connected with us. It's the way that she acknowledged our children, our clothes, our earrings, our hair, all the things. And she connected with us. That, my friends, transcends over time, and that will always win. And if I think about my own style and the way that I've been able to win in business, it's being able to connect my communication skills and being able to connect after all these years, like that's been able to separate me. And I believe that's what separates Lindsay. So you guys, I thought this was powerful, but I want to open it up to about 3 to 5 people. Questions, thoughts, insight, dialogue. Who's got something? Use this time accordingly. Feel free to get involved in the conversation. Use the react button down below and get your hand up. Philip, what do you got for us, my friend? Floor is yours.
Yeah, I love the fact that you said to be confident, to be yourself, to be different. As a newer agent, it's kind of hard to believe in yourself as being that confident when you're so new. Do you have any tips for new agents on how they can practice being more confident and more ready for either listings or buyers?
Practice. Literally, like, I feel like the idea of scripting, role playing, putting yourself out there, oh, I don't want to sound stupid. Like, there is literally such value in practicing, right? The best athletes in the world are on the field first. Like, they're practicing. It is all stuff you hear from Elias. Like, they're listening to their calls. They're asking for feedback, right? They're asking their peers to help, like, audit their process. I think that also shadowing more experienced agents, taking the time to go out, watch what the top agents on your team are doing. Like I'm a lifelong learner. Like I always want to be learning and I always want to be raising the bar and then raising it again. So if you don't know the process or if you don't have the process, I believe you're actually in the best position possible because you can create the process without having bad habits and trying to go backwards and recreate. So this is a perfect time to practice, shadow, assist a top agent. Like I worked for free. Literally, my first job out of college, I worked for free because I wanted an app that bad. I will work my face off to prove to you that I'm worth it, but I'll do it for nothing. And so that don't overestimate or underestimate the value of just repetition and like being out there and soaking it in and learning from people who are doing better than you.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Philip, I would recommend that on a blank piece of paper, you write the word conformity as big as you can, and then look at it, and then like crumble that shit up and throw it as far as you can out the window. Because what happens is sometimes we try to conform to this industry. Well, I need to be this person and I need to be what people say is professional. No, professional is how you want to show up in this world. The quirkiness, the fun, the person that you are with your lady, with your kids, with your family. That's you, my friend. And that's who people are going to love. Not a new version of Philip that shows up and, hi, how are you? No. Just be your fucking self, bro, and you'll attract the right type of people. When I found my lane in this business is when I said, you know what? I'm going to throw conformity as far out the window as humanly possible, and I'm just going to rock in my own skin. Some like me, some won't. So what, and move on next, right? That's how I believe that we have to show up in this world. Like throw conformity out the window, big dog. Be whoever you are, and don't worry about fitting in that box. And I promise you, that's where the freedom lies in this business, and do everything Lindsay said. Chicken Mom, you're up next, my friend, and then we'll go Christina, and we'll go Oliver, and then we'll start to wrap session.
Yeah, one thing I want to adding, like I loved how you said making it personal, Lindsay, because so much is AI that now even sometimes like when you send messages to clients, and like I've had a client where a realtor did an introduction to a lender, and I sent a text, and they ended up calling, and they're like, "Oh, I wasn't sure if like you were AI," because and people just kind of forget because so much is auto responses. So picking up the phone, calling people, adding that personal touch, not being so robotic makes so much of a difference. Because even as lenders, like we get compete, like a lot of people compare us to a banker, in the bank, Citibank, Bank of America, anybody like that, where they're comparing rates to us. So adding that personal touch is like, look, yes, you may be able to get a slightly better rate with someone, but you're going to get my personal touch. You're going to get me, Christina, at 8 o'clock at night, or you're going to get me on Saturday at 10 in the morning. So that like resonated with me a lot. I really like that because so much is AI right now, and we really have to differentiate ourselves of not being robotic.
And there's AI text, there's AI calls, there's Ylopo Raya. It's everybody is, and what happens when you guys see an M dash on anybody's social media? Scroll, done, next. They didn't write it. These lengthy things with the short sentences. Like we're desensitized to AI, or at least I am. And I know that like if I am, the majority of people are too. And so how do you cut through the noise? Is like, hey, Christina, it's Lindsay Stevens. I know in the world of AI, you might not think I'm real, so I just wanted to send you a quick video. I am real. This is me, and I'm excited to see you Friday. Different, only person to took the time to do that. And I'm a real person. And they
God,
can be like, she's a fucking rock star. Look at it. We can't wait to meet Lindsay Friday. But
let's
check
go.
your energy. Don't be like, hi, Christina, it's Lindsay. Just want to see, shoulders
For,
back, feet planted in the earth.
I love this. I love this. All right, Chicken Mom, you're up next, and then Oliver, and then we'll start the wrap session. What do you got, Chicken Mom?
This is just always fire when Lindsay comes on. And I'm definitely going through the throwing what I thought I was supposed to be as a real estate agent. I am currently in the process of continuing to throw that out and just be me. And this weekend, I had a family that I was showing, and I was just being me. And the mom was definitely watching me. And I was like, oh God, I don't think she's vibing with me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue to be me. I'm just going to continue to do it. At the very end, this straight face mom, and we all know them. She's the one that's always like, no, no, no. Looked at me and goes, you are an amazing real estate agent. She's like, I love your vibe. And I almost wanted to cry when she was saying it, because that whole time I wanted to bring it down. I wanted to not be my bouncy, bubbly self and be who I was. I wanted to start being like the real estate agent. Perfection. I was like, oh God, I'm wearing jeans. Oh, no, I stopped. And she loved it, even though I was being nervous about it. And I know it's hard to continue. So coming to these things and keep hearing about being authentic, being yourself, not conforming, continuing to grow, learn, just all of it, love it. I need it, and I will continue to come for it, because I just, yes, love it. Love it.
And
Thank
execute.
you.
Send me
Yes,
the video so I can
execute.
send you $50.
I am sending the video
And
with
and
goat stuff on my hands. Freaking, I don't know what's in my hair, because my daughter's goat was going crazy. I'm sure y'all seen. So I'm sending the video just like I am.
Oh, let's go. I love it. All right, Oliver, you're up next, and then we'll get two key takeaways, and then we'll start to wrap session. Let's go. Oliver, what do you got, big dog?
Hey everyone, hey Lindsay. Love the presentation, love the energy. Thank you for that. My question is, should we try to enter like the luxury market? Like I was thinking, should I try from? I'm a newer agent, and I'm thinking, should I make a specific effort to enter the luxury market? What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like I'm the wrong, like people always ask me, I cut my teeth on like taking it all. And so I just felt like, again, every person I meet is for a reason, and every opportunity, like there's a purpose for everything. My highest referring and highest volume client ever in my history of my career was $100,000 land deal. Six agents had tried to list it, didn't sell it. I listed it, I sold it. I got a $2 million listing from him after that, and he's referred me more business than any person in my career. I think there's an evolution into luxury, but I think as a new agent, you should focus on process, systematizing, perfecting your craft, and all money's green. So don't step over 5,000 to try and get 50. I mean, just focus on creating your pipeline, building a business, building a referral base, and certainly you can go after luxury and you can market yourself. And I think a great way to do that is visit all the luxury inventory, ask if you can create content inside the listings, tag the agent, position yourself as the luxury person, but don't get short-sighted that you're like, I'm brand new, but I only want to sell luxury. Because like on the path to luxury, there's a lot of money that you could leave on the table to just try and create one where you missed 50. So just keep an open mind. Like I'm a big thinker person.
Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Great question,
Thank you.
Oliver. Let's go to Otis, and then we're gonna wrap session. Let's go, Otis. What do you got, big dog?
I just kind of wanted to give insight to Oliver on that. Last year, when me, Jacob, and Gary went after Eagle Ridge, to Lindsay's point, like we were so locked in. There's really no difference. I mean, you just got to learn the lay of the land. We started with, having the biggest, realtor in the area, picking her brain, looking into her listings, and the people around there, after doing the homework, the Baron's house, his house sold for so low under market that a lot of the sellers were turned off. So they were being nosy coming in, and they were just wondering what the house would get. And, just speaking to people and finding, like Lindsay said, finding out what they need, listening to community. We got invited to the golf course, and we just stood in that mindset where we were going to get the thing sold. Now, it did take us 5.5 months, and I've kicked myself about it because, like Lindsay just said, how much did I leave on the table for not producing anything else because I was solely focused on getting that deal done? And when it was all said and done, those price points are so high that I'm pretty sure it's going to safe to say that you're probably not going to get the 3%, 2.5, or hell, 2%. You're looking at 1.5. So, I mean, it's each your own. It's a hill that you're going to have to battle, Oliver. But just knowing you and your personality, I know you'll thrive. But you're going to have to just be really more detailed and go after it. And like that, you'll get so focused that you could possibly leave a lot. Like she said, don't give up on the fives and go after the 50, because 10 of those fives will be 50 that you're going to naturally get. So it's about balance, and it's definitely about time management when you up there in the big leagues.
Wonderful. I appreciate your insight, you guys. Amazing session. As you guys know, like, this relationship with Lindsay means the world to me. It literally means the world to me. When my son was born, Angelo, she was the second person that I tried to FaceTime. And that's what type of relationship this is. And so when we talk about business and we talk about impact and we talk about development of the people that are in our world, it is very, very real. It is very, very human. And so I have a lot of relationships in this business, and this is a relationship that I truly, truly value. So Lindsay, I appreciate you, my friend. I love you, my friend. Any closing words before we wrap sesh?
I appreciate you guys. I appreciate, obviously, my relationship with you guys. I really want to tell you, like, if I can support you in your life and in your business, I mean that. Reach out to me anytime. Find me on social. Send me the video. Create a process. Be unforgettable, right? In a world of oversaturation and fake people and fake images and fake, be real. Be authentic. And be yourself, because, right, an original is worth more than a copy, and there's only one of you in the world. So share yourself and be authentically who you are, and go kick ass, and be committed or be obsessed or get out. Love you guys.
Appreciate you, my friend. Listen, you guys, bust out your rhyme book. It's time to just get back to some of the things that you used to write. Just get human. Just write and be human. Write some poetry. Write in your own words, in your own dialect, you guys. This is an important time to lean into the human side of what makes this business so special. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you, Lindsay. And as always, my friends, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision, and make today a day that truly matters. Peace and love, my friends.